Hello and welcome back to Elden Ring. Guys, I've done it again. I've deleted several episodes, I think probably one, at least two, I think maybe two or three. And I'm very upset about that. However, the good news is I did not make much progress. And the reason we are starting out here is because this is where I ended. Now, the last episode you guys seen, don't worry about this. It's explored, but I barely explored it. So I went into the city. I remember I showed the shack with the merchant. I don't know if I showed the tree, and I don't think I came to this part. I think I ended somewhere here or here near those graveyards. Oh man, I really feel bad about this. I checked out the deck to sleep. There was nothing needed. Actually, let me do a minor rundown, okay? So, how should I do this? I will go down here, okay? I don't know how I keep doing that. The reason I keep deleting stuff is because the files are just so huge. So once I have the episode, I put them in a separate folder, and that's where I upload them from. And I was in the middle of uploading one such episode when all this happened. Now, with that said, you didn't miss too much. I mostly just did side content. So, as you can see or hear, there's a lightning storm there. So I'm going to walk you through on some of these things. So we see this lightning storm from real far away. I came here and explored. We have this golden sheep. Okay. Then what I did... I will just ignore these guys. You come here. In this top part. And... Lansix, I think that's her name, is the four-winged lightning dragon that you encounter when you enter through the back way, and we defeated her right here in this plateau. I killed her in my first try. She was really easy. What did I get from her? Once I have some peace and quiet, I will show you. I will just go here and read this. The routing of the ancient dragons, God win the golden fought to the last, earning the friendship of Dread 46 or 46. That was the the brother, I think, of Lansix, the four-winged dragon, or something like that. I'm upset, but what can you do? Then, what did we get here exactly? I know there's like a knight. I think we got a +1 upgrade, and that was about it in here. Yeah. In this church. A +1 upgrade to our Estus flasks. So now it's at +10. Okay. Now, then over here, we fought a black knife. No, not black knife. Knight of the Black Knives. Yeah, a Knight of the Black Knives assassin. Here, he was standing right here in front of the door before you opened this door. And then, this place seemed very familiar to the beginning place where you take the first step, where you start the game. I also just have to recall what is it called. Sainted Hero's Grave. So I did this. Let me just check. This was an imp door. We got the talisman. Let me check which one is this. I think this is the one with a certain mechanic. I did this after the first time. Yeah, okay. So the mechanic in this dungeon is you have these light circles, like these dudes with the light who are pointing there, and then... Oh, it's not like that anymore. The point of this dungeon was to like bring the imps into the light and the enemies, because otherwise they are like these shadow monsters and you cannot really damage them unless you kite them into the light, okay? And at the end we fought like a gladiator who was made of light. Made of dark, and you had to lure it into the whatchamacallit, that thing, the light, okay? I'm not going to show you the dungeon because it's really not that interesting. And you here get an advice. Shadow baits in light and knows weakness. That's like the first one of these we ever found. Alright. So that was this part. Now onto the Earth tree, because I don't think I showed this. I may be wrong about this though. Because I only checked my last episode as the recording, just to get up to the point of what are the things I did. So we had this Earth tree here, okay? And there are all these monsters which we fought before that inflict death, but they are pretty much blind. So we did this whole zone, I think mostly the whole zone, and then there was no tower here. You do a riddle and then a tower appears. You get like a map for it, and you get some spells like invisibility spells if you complete it. This one, touch free phantom crest, and one was like here. I can even show you the map. We got this map, right? And it's sideways. So I just mark the spots and you touch these things like here, here, and here. And then this tower appears and you get some spells which are... I think it was this. The unseen form makes the caster semi-invisible. So very similar to what we had before. And it also extends to your mount. Thessalian assassins consider every option that aided their dirty work. And while on horseback effect extends to cover the mount. The sorcery can be cast via motion. And then we have the unseen blade, classically used in PvP to confuse people on what kind of equipment you are using, what kind of weapon you are using, so it's harder for them to parry you or like see or avoid taking damage basically. And chance armament held in right hand, making it completely invisible. The sorcery can be cast by emotion, used by Thessalian assassins to present themselves as unarmed sorcerers. And then we got something else like 5 Al seeds, okay? And here at the Earth tree, you just defeat one of those big boys with the masks, and these are those monsters that are making all these weird sounds. So you just get one of these, I don't know, really nothing really important. Temporary reduces equip load, I don't think you guys seen this, or enhances dodge rolls, I think you did see that. I have not seen this. Can be mixed in the flask. The resulting concoction purifies the curse from Mog, Lord of Blood's terrifying rite of blood. So this is new. Okay, good to know, because I never even noticed where I picked that up. Now, and basically it was just one more like loot here in some of these ruins, like you can go underground and there's some loot and the tree, okay? So that's it. I think you already saw Yura. How Yura died and we got the big sword. What else? We went to this Earth tree too. Let's go there. Also near the deck to sleep on the top part there are 2 golems which I defeated. Nothing unique dropped, nothing of importance in that direction. We just explored it and that's it. Oh yeah, this is where I ended, I think, the last episode that you guys can see. So I think that's episode 45, I think. Okay, so this is where I ended, because I thought there would be some kind of boss fight. I don't think there was. Maybe there was another tree spirit. I know we defeated another tree spirit somewhere, but that might have been in the city. And we will get to the city very shortly. And then here's this earth tree. Actually, I don't know if I can get down. But this is just Skelly Zone. And there wasn't anything of importance here. And I will show the stuff that we got from Land 6 too. And, oh, right. Let me just get... wait. Once I'm safe, I want to show you guys. So, the stuff that we got from Land 6 was this. Land 6's glaive sweeps from above with red lightning glaive. Incantation that channels the power of the ancient dragon. Land 6 creates a red lightning glaive and sweeps the area from above. This attack unleashes trails of lightning. Land 6 was the sister of Fortis X. It is said that she took the form of a human to commune with the knights as a priestess of the ancient dragon cult. Okay, that is one item. Then, if I go to my weapons, we also got an assassin's dagger. This black knife. Dagger once belonging to one of the assassins who murdered Godwin the Golden on the night of the Black Knives. A ritual performed on the oddly misshapen blade imbued it with the power of the stolen Rune of Death. And then the skill is unleash the power of the Rune of Death to fire off a blade-like projectile. In addition to dealing immediate damage, the blade reduces the enemy's maximum HP and continues to bear down HP for a while. If I equip this, I can show you the move, but it won't do anything because we don't have the stats. And then it fires this red little sweeping magical thing, which causes the effect to proc. Okay? You know we have other weapons as well that I have not shown. I will get to that. Just real quick going to show you around. And can't remember if I went to the town gate and did that. And what kind of enemies we had there. And I also don't know if I showed the double tree sentinel fight. So I cannot be sure of that either. I think I came here. There was like a really easy enemy, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, it was like an ogre. And you got some tears from... not an ogre, an Oni. I established that I will just keep calling them Onis. I guess we can kill him. We got the tears from that ball. Okay, so that's that. And this was the whole fight, and then you pick up some of these mixed Estus things. Alright? Now, the other part. I will show you, I think, the left side first in that pond. Oh. This is so bad, I know. But trust me, you did not miss too much. So this is the way into the actual city, which I'm going to show you at the end of this. That is where we are going to go. So over here... Can I even get down there? I think I have to... wait. Yeah, so I activated this and this statue showed us there is a dungeon right under it. And it was actually on the map too. When you have those activated, it shows up on the map. I'm really sorry about this, deleting the episodes and shit. I mean, it sucks for everyone, because I spend a lot of time encoding them. That's the longest process, really. And the most annoying one, because I cannot do anything while I'm doing that. And I also have to remake, like, thumbnails and shit. Also, I have to show you guys. Like, I feel like I have to show you guys what have I done. Okay. We're going to this pond over here, and you can see I put down a diamond marker because we have an NPC who may be familiar to you. Right there at the fire. Yep, it's him, the prisoner.
All right, mate.
He had some dialogue. He warned us about the dung guy, that we should stay away from him because he like puts these things into corpses and makes them defy death. Okay, that was his whole ordeal. We bought a crab and then
America's tits.
yeah,
You must be hungry.
and that's it. That was all his dialogue. Like a couple of other lines too, but ah. Okay, now one of the episodes was mostly one of these dungeons over here on the other side of this, and it was this one, because there's two here. Okay, there was also a statue here that gave us a smithing stone by making a rune bear that is nearby. Destroy it. You know, one of those statues that has a glowy bit, and you have to have a monster destroy it. I will actually show you this one. I think this one was quite interesting. And everyone was calling this dung, with good reason. Are the servers okay though? Oh, here we go. Behold, death, suffering ahead, pickle, and there was like a lot of messages telling you to just turn back. And with good reason. So this is, I think, a tomb of a named hero. Azura or something. Not Azura. Something similar to that. Behold, Dark Knight. Yeah, that is my message. And okay, I will just show you that. Auriza Hero's Grave, okay. There are a couple of basilisks here with an item, unimportant. You go this way, and from the layout of this, you can probably guess what kind of dungeon this was. This was one with the chariots. The chariots are inactive because we were able to destroy them. And you were supposed to jump down here to proceed because there was another one right there. Then if you go here, basilisks spawn or shoot. Actually, we don't really have to kill them. I'm not going to because my stamina. And then there's like a chariot here and here, so double. But when you do the thing that this dungeon wants you to do, and you come back here, they get destroyed on that spot. 3 of them get teleported and summoned there, and they all get destroyed. And to show you, this just links back to the other side where you can't really go, because there's a chariot here too. And then it switches positions to here, and the other one is like here. And what do you get, you may ask? Well, you get the 3 sentinel stuff by destroying those. Okay. This is how it looks like. Not a fan, but it doesn't look too bad. It's not my style for sure. Yeah. I will read the lore on this. Golden armor of the heavy cavalry, 3 sentinels who serve the air tree. Adorned with a cape featuring the mark of the sacred tree. Imposing, sturdy, and nigh unbreakable. The grace of all yet lingers. So ignore the... Well, I might as well show you. So the one other thing that you get from the boss, rather, bosses, which triggered me quite hard, are the Crucible armor. There was a boss called Knight Ordvis, and the other kind of Crucible Knight, the one with the pokey thing. It kind of looks like a candelabra. You know, there are like two types of Crucibles, the regular one with the sword and shield, and the other one. So we had a fight with those two in the same room. Right over there. And you could do this before disabling the... whatchamacallit? The chariots. You just get here, wait for it to pass. Because there is another chariot here that will go down there. I know, it's a lot to take in. You can just open this door too, and then you would end up here. They also dropped a weapon. Which was the main guy using, which is a great sword. It's this one. Ordovis's greatsword. Greatsword of Ordovis is one of the two honored as foremost among the Crucible Knights. This sword is imbued with an ancient holy essence. Its red tint exemplifies the nature of primordial gold, said to be close in nature to life itself. And then you have Ordovis's vortex. Channel the power of the Crucible to spin the entire sword in midair, building momentum before slamming the blade down onto the ground. This skill can be charged to increase its power. Just show you the art. Obviously the effect isn't taking place because I do not have the necessary skills to build it. Oh man, okay. We have this as well, I know. And this, we got this from an Omen Killer in the city. Mask with long, hideously twisted horns worn by the Omen Killers increases strength. Bears the smirking face of an elder twisted in wicked delight. This visage is carved in the image of the evil spirits that haunt the Omen in their nightmares. You know, this is like that big perfumer guy with the two, like, cleaver looking type things. Not really a hardener, but it can hit hard. Okay. I will show you the fat armor once we get there. You probably already recognize it anyway. No, not those pants. I think it was the mausoleum graves. Yeah. Okay, and then you come here. There's thankfully a stake. And that is the boss room. Now there's a smaller other part of the dungeon where you make the chariots collide with each other simply by using this pillar that has the light that summons them. So it summons them in the wrong place and then they just collapse, okay? And it's like a fire pillar and you hit it and then when you go back there, they just die in front of you, okay? So this was the whole dungeon. It was a very annoying dungeon and I was really fed up with this boss fight because it was super hard because they are just so aggro on you. I used summons, I used the Great Shield Boys to tank them. But it didn't really help too much. It was very random how effective they were. Now, I don't even think this is worth showing you. I guess I can. This is the side tomb that old man statue above was pointing to before. There's a lot to cover, I know. Okay, the basic gist of this dungeon, I think, is, yeah. So it has these pots and it has imps, okay? And one of the things about this dungeon is that you change between two dungeons by using these chests in the dungeon that ensnare you. And what was the boss in here? I can't really remember. But we defeated it anyway. So you teleport to certain parts of this dungeon and another almost identical dungeon, and that is where you would get the lever to open the boss door. I just really can't remember what the boss was. It was some repeat. We already seen it, I think. Oh no, I think it was the frozen guy. We fought this frozen guy in like I don't know where. Oh, in an Everjail, okay? I just wanna get out. Oh, and we also got these explodey jar spirits ourselves to summon. Okay, let me just get out of here. It was this frozen guy that was quite a nice boss fight. Now, one other thing before we get in there. Golden Lineage Evergoal, okay? You fight an Evergoal version of Godfrey here, and as you can see, I'm wearing his icon, which is the loot you get from the fight. You literally just fight Godfrey again. That's it. You fight him, and this time he does not do the dragon thing. He doesn't have a second phase like that. He doesn't cuts his own armor. I think I beat him in my second try, or first. I'm not sure. A legendary talisman depicting the Elden Lord Godfrey. Raises charge attack power of sorceries, incantations, and skills. Godfrey was a ferocious warrior. When he vowed to become a lord, he took the beast region Serosh upon on his back to suppress the ceaseless lust for battle that raged within. And that's what we get. Okay, now let's just get into the city, because that's almost everything, I think. Like, I spent exploring time here. I don't know if I showed this, but I don't think there's anything of importance there. I may have also showed the footage. But I also don't know if I showed this divine tower, which we cannot enter. How you get here, you just take the tunnel, and that's how you get there. Yeah, but I think this is pretty much it. I did not do this village yet, and this part, like this part of the zone. I figured we would just get in the city to advance the story. Another interesting part here comes to play, which is the city itself, which I think is a really good looking city. And it's huge, it's absolutely huge. And I didn't do much in the city because I kept dying, but I just explored a bit. There was, however, a few story elements that were quite important and you guys missed. And we are almost 30 minutes in. So this took a while, but we are almost up to where we were. And no, before you ask, you cannot go the other way, it's blocked. With like furniture that you cannot destroy, and like planks, like it's collapsed. So you come up here and then there was some item on that corpse, and then bam. Oh, it actually looks better in daylight. This is what you see. The earth tree. And it has like this weird seam in it with a real tree under the spirit tree, which I was interested by. Or rather, it caught my attention. Alright, that's about it. There's a big hole. I do not think you can get down there, at least not from here, because you just immediately die. I did try it. And you indeed just die. Alright? Then you sit at this bonfire, and Melina, you know, our pink-haired fire maiden lady, or whatever she is, the aspect of Rani, I don't know if that is her. She gets auto-summoned, and she tells you, thank you for bringing me to the base of the earth tree. And I will leave Torrent with you, and also the ability to level up, or to spend your runes. But now I bid you farewell, and then she's gone. And then over here we encounter Bok, you know, the seamstress guy, the little beast guy, and he is like super excited that, oh, will you become Elden Lord now? Oh, but I don't feel like I'm beautiful enough to serve you, milord. So what we do, you have the option to give him a larval tear to be reborn and visit Renala. Yes, you have the option. Should you take that option? I think not. Why? Well, I went to visit Renala and see if Bok was there. And indeed he was here. There's Bok. I think he's dead. Although his body is stiff. I tried talking to Renala, but she didn't say anything.
Is it time? I would burn.
She did not have any lines about that. First, he is not dead, however, when you come in here. First, he is in the same position when he approaches you as a beastman, you know, like kneeling and like having his hands together. But when you talk to him, you could talk to him, but all he says is like ellipses, 3 dots, and no line, no actual line. And then I rested here again, and he became this, which I assume he's dead. He's dead now. Like, even if he was breathing, we couldn't tell if he's breathing because they don't really animate that. So, Bok is sadly dead, I think. Hold up. Is that... Oh, don't look at that. I think that was it around here. Oh, and I speculated that maybe Bok was dead because he does not have the Great Rune of the Unborn. Because it's used to perfect rebirth. Children born anew by Renara are all frail and short-lived, imperfect beings, each and all. So this should have been a good hint that you should not use this. Without this. So yeah, I think he died. Okay, I think this is the first bonfire, yes. I randomly went through the city too, except the very beginning part. I kind of tried and do that systematically. But then I just kept taking random paths, so I barely explored the city, okay? And then, with my sadness, I proceeded. I actually wanna make this day, because it looks really cool in daytime. I never saw it in nighttime either, so we can work with that later. You see the dragon? We saw that from, I think, somewhere up here, somewhere up there in front of me. Or maybe behind it. We saw the wing of it before, near an elevator, remember? With the ensnare trap. And there's that weird thing, like a metal lightning bolt looking contraption, which is maybe a great weapon. Not really sure, that killed that dragon. And then you have all this huge city. And, ooh, what are these? These are actually kind of cute. But look at it. It's just massive. We have these trumpet boys. Well, I think they are... I don't know what gender they are. They are very bubbly. And they roll around. Like, look, you see that? Look at that one. It's just rolling. And then we have a big one. Some of them are hostile, but not all of them. And look, this is their attack. They shoot bubbles at you. Oh, I was curious about that yesterday. I was saying, can you get their horns? So Envoy's long horn. Hold up, I have to sneeze. Okay, never mind, I don't have to sneeze. Long golden horn of the Oracle Envoys. Profoundly weighty, its blows are sure to be felt. Originally an instrument, but one cannot be sounded by a mere human. Or perhaps it is too early to sound the call. Huh? And then it has bubble shower as a unique skill. Blow on the horn to release a spume of magic bubbles. The bubbles float gently before raining down on the target. It needs more faith. Kinda cool, kinda cool. Alright, we also got this ability that I wanna show you. Because I did this in one of the episodes, I just put it on this one. This is an Asher board. Yes, I do sound like a goat. And you can use this repeatedly to roll around. But that's it. We got this near the lightning goats, I think. Lightning ram, skill inspired by tumbling rams. Let out a bleat, then tumble forwards clad in lightning. Tumbles can be repeated in rapid succession. Alright, let's proceed. I probably won't show every nook and cranny that I explored, because there's still a lot. I have to come back here anyway. Oh, actually, I don't think I explored that guy. But as I said, you don't really have to kill them. Kind of feel bad for killing them, too. Well, yeah, I don't think I ever came this way. Did I? Oh, I think I did. Just from the other angle. Then look, the atmosphere here is like so cool. Like it's kind of like Middle Eastern, but also like it just feels ancient. Like all the sand, all the gold stuff. The architecture is great. This feels really unique compared to like other castle types that they have done in Souls games. It just feels nice. Okay. As you can see, they are not so passive all the time. And you could like get down on the roofs too. Then there's an elevator. And this is what you are kind of supposed to use, which I use. I'm still just taking you back on the paths that I have taken myself. And this would just lead out behind the gargoyle. See? There are still some things that are quite important that I have to talk about. But I wanna get into that building for that first. So yes, I tried and followed the main path here. You can get down there, but there's like nothing, and there's like multiple ways around it. So here you have this perfumer standing to, I think, the wounded or the dying. There's also one like there. And I died quite a few times down there because it's kind of an ambush. But then you come up here. I know it's a lot to take in, So don't be overwhelmed by this. But then you come in here and then you find something here on this guy. What you find on this guy is this item. Curse grown on a body defiled by the Dung Eater. Curse grown on a corpse killed and defiled by the Dung Eater. A tender pox afflicted with omen hordes. The Dung Eater cultivates the seedbed curse on corpses. By doing so, he prevents dead souls returning to the Earth Tree, leaving them forever cursed. One of the most loathsome things found in all the lands between. And you can also hold 99 of them, so it's like a kind of a strange item. Okay, keep this in mind. And then you can jump out on the roofs too, but I didn't do much of that. I did make the jump here, and that's my message there. No one voted on. Oh right, these perfumers. The perfumers buff the regular guys. Did I say buff? Buff. Oh, one other thing. Yeah, we talk about that later. See that red box under my name? I discovered what that is. Because I accidentally saw a YouTube comment talking about that, and then I looked it up. That happens when you hug the deathbed companion. And we will get to the deathbed companion shortly after. Faye, I think that was her name. Okay, so you have this room. There's a page in it that's like kind of annoying because she's like the upgraded one with the explodey bolt shots. So I don't really want to fight her again. And then there's this page playing with the flute or something. And then I did this. And this is how I proceeded. Again, you can get on the roofs, which I'm going to avoid for now. Alright, let's see. So I did this part too. Up here. There are like a couple of enemies, and then there are like those holy knights too. I'm stuck, I'm just stuck. Right? Well, that's awkward. Now, obviously, I cannot really remember every piece of loot that I have picked up, so I apologize for that. So I think the other bonfire is closer now. Avenue balcony. Yeah, I think it's this one. Okay. So we were just on the other side of that wall. Like there. We were up there, okay? Still an item there. And there's like a door that you can't open. This is where we just got killed. That's where the page is playing the flute. Then there was nothing really important back there, I think. It loops around to that position where what I showed at the end of the elevator, or at the beginning of the elevator, when we come down to this place. It just loops around to that night, and there was really nothing. Okay. There were a couple of items, not up here, but on the other side of this place, which I'm not going to go to yet, because those dudes are strong. I think I also jumped down here. Then you kill this guy because he blows the alarm. Then you have like this yard with a big dude and a perfumer, and there was a stone sword key, I think, on top of that roof that you get there by going up on these stairs. Okay, see? And there are like guys all over. Those guys are patrolling. And I came here and fought a lion, which was kind of a pain in the ass. I just kited it, and that's how I killed it. There was a lion next to this lady, you know, one of those black lions with the white mane, with the arm blades or paw blades. And then I discovered this bridge that you cannot cross, and it also seems like the ground is like not a plane where you can get to. And I tried jumping there. You can actually jump there, but there's nothing there. It's pointless. I also tried checking this with like stones to see if you can cross across. And we are almost up to where I've ended. I know it's almost an hour, but we are almost there. So then I didn't explore that way. I went here because I noticed there's a bonfire, and that is where I rested. And then I think, oh well, actually there are multiple ways. Then I unlocked this shortcut, and I think this leads to the sewers. And I went in the sewers. Just ignore these guys, they are just going to throw a bunch of shit at you. There was some loot in here, a chest. Don't really remember. Yeah, okay, so this part. I'm going backwards now, but it's okay. A couple of those claymen will spawn here. You can just ignore them. Yeah, this is the way. Okay, and there is this clayman like praising something. You come here and there is a tree spirit that you fight. It will trigger. I tried to figure out how to get in there, but I couldn't figure it out. But this is where you enter. Ah, shit. Became good at parrying those yesterday. Seemingly not today. Yeah, so there are these hands again. And I explored this part of the sewer. There wasn't really anything interesting in here. Over this way. There's a big hand later, and yes, there are a lot of those guys on the ceiling too. You come here, and at the very end there was something that isn't too menial. At the very end of this, with the big hand, I'm not going to fight it now. And that's a dead end. But basically I like took this path, and that's how I ended up at the place where I came from. I just explored the sewers. Also, I want to see this. Yeah, there's another item on there. If you get to the end of this, rats will attack you too. That's why I don't really want to walk down. Then a gargoyle is blocking the way. And then seemingly this is also exists for this ladder. And by taking this ladder, you end up at that bonfire. I think you can end up at that bonfire. I'm not really sure. I think it's like that way, okay? And that is one. So what's the next? It's this part. And here's where the last important thing in this zone was, which was the Omen Killer. I didn't know he respawns. So I guess we just got lucky by getting his mask. Okay. Now, you see this bed. On this bed we found the armor of Lionel, which is this guy who we could summon with the big armor. Round iron helm with a distinctive large brim, worn by Lionel the Lionhearted. When this chivalrous dauntless knight met Fia, who is the deathbed companion, who had been driven from her home, he declared himself to be her father. Keep that in mind. Round iron armor with a banner extending from its back, worn by Lionel the Lionhearted. And same description. However, there was something else on that bed, which was... No, not that. It was this. Deathbed dress. Extremely thin and sheer white dress worn by the deathbed companion as she embraces the dead. Slowly replenishes the HP of nearby allies, but not that of the wearer. The touch of the fabric is exceedingly soft, so as not to harm even the most withered corpse, while still sharing her warmth. Okay? That's what we found. So it probably implies that Fia took the stuff maybe from D, and she came here, and then she kept hugging the corpse of Lionel. Not really sure. Anyway, this was that zone, and I came down, not from that bell tower, because I don't know how you get up there. I think you're just supposed to knock down that ladder, or maybe that's for just decoration. What do the signs say? Ah, ladder, yeah. Came down from one of these... I don't know, you just jump down from somewhere. Maybe from where this guy jumped. Maybe that ladder spot is indeed where we come down here too. But this just leads to the sewers again. So this is how I entered the sewers and explored them. It's this place, right? So this is what you already seen. There were the rats and that stuff. So that's about it with my exploration of the city. The rest is pretty much unknown. Now, I did go back to the round table. And there were some new dialogue options. Let me use the controller.
You. What is it?
So the secret medallion.
Find the Albinorish
Yeah,
heart and
that's the old one. Unlocated demigods. Now pay attention to this. This is new.
There are 4 more demigods yet to be located. Mikola of the Halig Tree, the Unalloyed, his twin, Melania, the undefeated swordswoman, Luna Princess Rani, daughter to Renala, and the one only known as the Lord of Blood. Rani is said to have cast aside her great rune, so here at the Hold, we seek the whereabouts of the remaining 3 shard bearers. If you should learn anything of these matters, I'll trade your findings for a hidden treasure or a long-lost right, known only to me. We both desire to stand before the Elden Ring and become Elden Lord. As such, I hope we are compelled to work together.
That was his whole dialogue. Now, the thing about Rennie is, I think we have one of her shards. Curse Mark of Death? Or maybe not. Oh, maybe not. Maybe this is not the same. Either way, one other thing is this guy, which I think is the Dung Eater. Remember how we got that key item?
Go and unshackle my corporeal flesh, trapped in the sewer jail below the capital. I can kill you and defile your corpse. Then the pox will truly be your own.
So this, I assume, is the Dung Eater, and he given this dialogue because of this, the seedbed curse. He had another dialogue before this, basically telling us the same thing. And he gave us this key. Filthy key received from the Dung Eater. Yes, so that confirms that he is the Dung Eater. Unlock sewer jail doors, said to lie beneath Lendl, the royal capital. Now we know. And I don't know if we wanna be a dunk boy. I don't know what it would do. But also you notice how Gideon talked about a Lord of Blood, and that's what they all know about him. Now this is interesting in that case. That's why I was so interested by this. The crystal field formed, can be mixed. The resulting concoction purifies the curse from Morg, Lord of Blood's terrifying rite of blood. Very interesting. Anything else? Nothing with Roderica, but Master Hugh had a weird phase where I think he was like exhausted, not really sure. It was like leading down and not working, but I accidentally skipped his dialogue because I was running here, and then he was only just starting to do his dialogue, but I already clicked on Roderica. So I also missed that dialogue for myself, and then after that, coming to talk to him, he said that, oh, don't worry about me, and that's it. And then nothing changed with you.
In this ash, it
Yeah.
reminds me.
So that's it. So, tell you what, this has been an hour. We are up to the point where I was, and I know it's probably confusing to have this condensed in such a short manner, and a lot of stuff is missing. But given the scale of the game, I do not think it's too much, but that doesn't mean I'm not like really sorry about that I kept deleting footage of the game by accident. So yeah, what can I say? I'm just sorry, and try to pay even closer attention to not doing that in the future. Just checking if there is anything worthwhile to really show. Not really, I think, unless I don't know if I defeated the Dragon 3 Knight in the episodes that I have deleted or not. But there was a 3 Knight at the northern door of the capital, and this is what you would get. Weapons said to have been whittled from the claw of a great ancient dragon wielded by Grotech's 3 sentinels who yet serve the Earthly. The claw is embrated with lightning and tears through the dragon's feeble descendants with ease. And we also got, I think, a great shield from that. Great shield said to have been whittled from the claw of a great ancient dragon wielded by Grotech's 3 sentinels who yet serve the Earthly, imbued with lightning. I think I probably have that footage of it. I'm just not sure. So that's about it, and I feel like I don't really want to go on now in the same episode, so I will just put this up as a separate one, as like a I don't know what you call it, as like a documentary of the events that took place. I don't know. I feel like it's best if I put this as a separate one, even though it's just an hour long, you know, quote unquote just. So yeah, let's do that, and with the next episode I will proceed with all the knowledge that I have just given you about how we are and where we are in the playthrough and what you guys have missed and all that, which wasn't too much, but given that this took me like an hour to explain and show you, I don't know, maybe it was. Yeah, anyway, thank you for watching, and I will see you there. Bye.